Hello. In today's example, we'll be looking at this hyperboloid table. Its interlocking structure of straight rods can be difficult to create using traditional methods. I'm going to show you how to do it with a T-spline. I begin by entering the T-spline environment and immediately selecting a cylindrical T-spline geometry creation tool. In this case, I would like my table to be 250 millimeters wide at the base and have a central section 500 millimeters tall. I also remove all but one of the T-spline elements between the top and the bottom. This is the shape I need, and you'll see why in just a moment. Because my table has two opposing rows of angular elements, I'll use the thicken command inside of the T-splines environment to easily create a second, smaller cylinder using the no edge option. This will give me another cylinder which I can use to manipulate and create further elements twisted in the opposite direction of the first. As you can see here, I have two cylinders open at both ends, which I can now use to create the geometry that I'd like. Using the edit form command, which is the most commonly used tool in the T-splines environment, I double click on the top edge of the inner cylinder, which will select the entire chain of elements along that top edge. Using the gizmo, I twist that edge by a certain number of degrees. Remembering that number, I then go in to the top edge of the outer cylinder and do the same, but in the opposite direction. This will create the hyperboloid shape that I'd like to have for the form of my table legs. Exiting the form environment, the T-splines I've created still retain an edge along which I can create a pipe element. I do this for both of the edges that remain on both the inner and the outer surfaces, and I choose a diameter of 5 millimeters for my supporting elements. Be sure when you create these to create new components, because in the next step we will be patterning these elements. And we do not wish to pattern bodies, but rather components themselves. Selecting each of the components, as well as the central axis about which the entire table is built, and choosing a quantity of, say, 10, will give me a result that looks something like this, once you turn off the visibility of the surfaces. If you'd prefer a more extreme shape, adjust the form of the underlying T-splines by editing them. Just be sure that after you're done, you do a final interference check. If your angle is too strong, or the cylinders on the inside and the outside are too close to one another, you will have interferences. Assembling a table like this is going to be really difficult. I might do it with resins, I might do it with a 5-axis CNC machine. But I wanted to show you this trick I use of creating intermediate geometries to get the shapes I want. I hope it helps you, and as always, good luck.